Welcome to Ando's Thinky Time podcast. I believe this is episode 9. 9 seems like a lot. I know it's not, but it seems like it. I've had a lot of fun doing this show. I loved having the public safety chief on. I loved having candidates for Congress and city council. I love talking about fishing. All that stuff has happened on this show. Thank you very much for supporting me and listening. This episode is sort of like a sequel to the last episode, in that it is exactly a sequel to the last episode. I'm still hanging out with Kat, the witch. And in this episode, I'll be playing you the second part of our time together where she gave me a tarot card reading. I'm pretty open about my life and what have you, so you may hear some information about that in this episode. But never fear. Never fear. No scary bad news, no real big deals. Relax. If you love this show, if you love this fucking show, you should come over to nbsp.com and see all the other stuff I do. Music, paintings, all kinds of stuff. Or if you want some background stuff, you want some behind-the-scenes kind of stuff, you should come to patreon.com/Ando the artist. Oh, yes, you should. And now, this.
All right.
I'll have maybe one.
Let me get beer. How do you like that beer?
It's delicious, of course. Thank you very much.
Old beer, hazed and infused.
Classic.
It is.
Thank you. Yeah, that was really interesting, and thank you for the blessing.
Yeah. Just a little something, I don't know, different. Something different to do.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I'll take all the blessings I can get. The universe has been trying to kick my dick in for years now.
The universe, yeah, sometimes you have to go through some shit and come out smiling on the other end of it.
Word. Well, I'm trying, man. The universe has been punching my teeth in the last couple months especially, and I just keep trying to line them back up for a smile. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so tarot. Gonna mark your place to edit in case you decide not to include this.
No, I just turned down the volume because
All right.
we got closer.
So there are a million kinds of tarot decks. Mine is round.
Yes, I've never seen this. These look like double-sized coasters.
Yes, and mine have lots of naked lady pictures on it.
Perfect.
Just for you.
I appreciate that. I do like
Take a
naked
nice,
ladies.
deep breath of that.
This looks to have clove and some other mysterious items in it.
A bunch of spices.
I hope I get witch roofied right now.
Promise not to take advantage of you, Andy.
Now you've ruined it, Ken.
Right. That's my blend for divination. Just to put you in the right headspace for this. I'm going to move your...
Oh, please. How many whiffs of this should I take?
You're good. You can take as many as you want, but you're
I want to
good.
get really divined here.
All right. Let me flip through this and pull out. There's one card I use as a... so these particular cards, this is called the Daughters of the Moon deck. They're round, and they're huge, and they're awkward to shuffle. Mm-hmm. I'm searching for a card to pull out of your reading.
The one that's like, and you'll die tomorrow.
No, the one that says, you are a lesbian woman.
I know, we have that in common. I'm in touch with my feelings, and I love women.
There we go. I use it as a good example card.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, what I'm going to do, I serve as interpreter only. You will end up doing your own reading.
Okay.
I will interpret the cards as you lay them out. So I'm going to give this deck to you and allow you to just shuffle these. They're very awkward. Until you feel good about the cards in your hand. And then I'll give you some instructions about laying the cards out, and then I'll interpret for you.
Oh, I see. So because I'm the one dealing,
It's all you, babe.
powerful magic, man. I'm going to do the top-bottom version of this. I kind of just mix these guys up till I feel good about it, which could take a while. Picky man as I am.
Have you had a tarot reading before?
No. I think like a young lady gave me kind of a half of a reading, but it was more like an astrology kind of based deal. And I talked to my friend Lenny Jean on a previous episode briefly about tarot, which she takes very seriously.
Yeah.
And I take, as seriously as I take everything else. I'm curious about it.
Sure. So this is a fairly non-traditional deck. I don't know what kind of a deck Lenny Jean reads.
It was square. It was more like, it looked like playing cards,
Most of them do. And most of them have a traditional set of patterns. This deck is like I said, it's a non-traditional deck, but it's the deck I learned to read on, so it's the deck I'm the most comfortable with.
Try not to see anything.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It does. It does. It matters. No.
It matters. It all matters.
All kind of matters, right?
Okay.
All right, I'm feeling pretty good about the shuffle that I've got happening.
All right, then let's set those down. I like to start with an oracle card. So cut that 3 times and then choose a card.
I'm going to choose this card right here.
Okay, let's take a look at that one. And I always have to go back to the book for these. This is just like gets us started.
Okay.
So this is the Enchanted Map Oracle, if anybody is listening and wants to see this. It's a beautiful deck.
The Enchanted Map Oracle.
Yeah, so it's not a tarot deck, it's just an oracle. So it's kind of draw one and see what you get. So
okay. Oh, yes. Big money.
Big money, come together.
All right, I got a picture of 2 giraffes look to be making out under some type of a stork. That's probably not a great sign.
Okay, so this card is called Come Together.
Okay.
And
that is a good sign.
The mantra is love needs to be shared. So I like to pull an oracle card before a tarot reading because sometimes if things get confusing in the tarot reading, you can go back to, well, how does this relate to the oracle card you drew in the beginning? So this card, I have to go to the book. So this card says, love needs to be expressed. Drawing this card is a sign that you're on the path to discover the nature of this emotion in all its forms of expression: romantic, familial, unconditional, spiritual. In each instance, there's another being involved. Love involves a give and take between you and a significant other, a relative, a friend, an animal, or a spirit. This card assures that love has come calling and seeks a partner in its dance. You are cherished. Like a magnet, you're attracting love into your life. This is a time for harmonious, caring partnerships.
That is an interesting thing, man.
That's what were you talking about before?
That rings true in my world at this point.
We'll leave this out so you can
remember, because I'll forget.
You will not forget. I will not let you forget the kissing giraffes on that. It's a beautifully, beautifully drawn oracle deck. Colette Baron-Reed, she does some really beautiful work, and it's just I love an oracle deck because you don't have to learn to read tarot. You just draw and get your message, and that's what you can focus on. All right, so tarot. I'm not going to touch these again.
Okay.
So I want you to pick them up.
Okay.
And this is my example card.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you what the card means.
Okay.
And then you choose a card from anywhere in the deck, and I want you to lay it face down. And don't get all anal retentive, Andy, and straighten out the moons, because this is a round...
You know me very well, Kat.
I do. This is a round deck, which means that every card has 360 degrees of meaning. Okay?
Okay.
So if you lay it down like this, that's fine. And I'll show you why. So this is the card that I pulled out. This, when you turn it over, means one thing. This, if you turn it over, means something completely different. Do you see the difference?
Yes, I do see.
Right? So I don't care how you lay them down, but when you start turning them over, I want your hands to move the same way each time. Because this is different than this.
Yes, okay.
Okay? So we will begin with Andy today, and it goes face down right in the middle, and you can pick from anywhere in your deck. Right here. Dun, dun, dun. I've been reading this particular tarot deck since 1997. ish. Okay. The next card goes here.
Right below.
And it's right below because it's what you push beneath the surface, what we don't see about you or what you're not willing to acknowledge.
Oh my God.
There you go.
This is the secret pervert card. That's my guess.
Okay.
It's my first guess.
That's awesome. This card
The
that
one
goes
above.
here is what you're taking in from the outside, like your external influences.
Okay. Let's try one.
Okay. And this card that goes here before you
To the left
is what pushes you forward.
of center here. Pushes me forward.
Yeah. What's causing you to do the things you're doing? And this holds you back, this one.
And to the right. We've made like a plus sign of these circles here.
Yep. This is going to be a card of your recent past.
We're going to go all the way
No,
around,
we
right?
only have two
Okay.
more cards.
Oh, only two more? Okay.
Yeah.
I
Recent
thought we were going
past.
to run into some sacred geometry type shapes.
And this one is a potential future.
Potential future.
As I said, I am not a fortune teller. All right.
Okay, so the shape we have right now is 5 circles across and then an intersection in the middle with one above and one below. Just in case the listener gives a fuck about that.
All right, so you can set the rest of the cards aside and we can draw from those if we need clarification. But we're going to start in the middle. And like I said, I don't care how you turn them over.
I
I
am
just
starting to shake.
I just want your hands to move the same way each time.
All right, I'm going to stand up to do it so I can do it properly.
No.
No,
Start
start in
here.
the middle.
Start in the middle with this card right here.
Okay.
Just
I'm gonna go
remember
like
your hand
this.
motion. That's fine.
I'll do it just
However
like
you
that.
want to do it.
Oh my God.
Why are you so nervous?
I don't know.
I don't know either. All right.
There's a mermaid.
There's a mermaid. So this is Mama Watu. She is the Maiden of Cups. So in a traditional tarot deck, I'm going to give you a little tarot 101. In a traditional
do.
tarot deck, you have 5 suits, just like a deck of cards.
Has
you have
4.
4 suits plus a suit for spirit.
Okay.
Okay? In a traditional tarot deck, you have a king, a queen, a knight, and a page. In my deck, we have a maiden, a mother, and a crone.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Define crone for me.
A wise woman.
Okay.
It's
Sounds
not
like
a-
a negative term.
It's not an old woman.
Okay.
It's a
woman.
wise woman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a maiden would be a naive woman. Somebody. So a crone would be. Well, anyway, you got the maiden of
So
cups.
this is the Maiden of Cups. She's naive and young and excited maybe about the cups. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
You are really intuitive because that is exactly it. And there are 5 suits, and cups is one of the suits. And cups is the suit of water, which is the suit of emotion. So cups influences all of your emotions. So maidens are about newness, about potential, about opportunity for emotion, which goes right back to your oracle card.
Yeah.
This is a time of new opportunity for emotional
I like
stuff
that.
for
That's
you,
good. That's
right?
positive, I think.
So if you look at this, if you look at the card, she's holding up a mirror, and I think one of the things I like to think about with this is it takes, in order to be open to a new relationship, to new emotions, you have to be self-reflective. You have to understand yourself. You have to really look within in order to do that well. So, all about emotional potential and emotional opportunity.
That's interesting.
And it's right at the center of who you are right now.
Let me put this out here. The first card, the come together card with the giraffes making out under the stork, that worried me at first. The stork, typical. Is that a stork? Is that
I
what
have
that
no
is?
idea what that is. It's a bird.
Yes, or a
It
crane.
could be a pelican.
Could be a
I don't know.
pelican. I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's got a big beak.
It worried me because
It's not a stork because there's no baby.
Yeah, okay, yeah, right. So there should be no baby, you know, because like old Ando, he got that vasectomy, you know,
Good for
and
you.
very unlikely going to run into any stork issues. But
I don't think that's a stork. It looks like a pelican to me.
I think you're right, and I think you're right. It's weird because obviously I just got a divorce, and one thing I've noticed in the world is ladies are noticing me in a new way. They're showing up in my world. I'm not trying to find ladies in the world to date and whatever.
Are you sure about that?
I'm not working hard on it. When the ladies come around, what does the yes man say or whatever? But like, you know. But I'm really not going out of my way, you know. And
Sure.
they keep showing up in my world.
Okay.
That's kind of an interesting correlation.
Okay.
Correlation.
Because you're ready.
Yeah, because I maybe am naive enough to be ready.
Maybe so. But I think that the other thing about this is that there's a lot of, this is that woman, that mermaid, she's holding the mirror. I think there's a lot of self-reflection
mirror. Okay.
that you need to be doing about looking at yourself before going too far down that path. Maybe.
Fully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to fucking start my next awesome, big, life-changing relationship, But I do want to share the love that I have. You know what I mean?
Come together. So
Right.
let's look at what you're not telling yourself.
Oh my God. Same way I turned it last time. And this time, so the first time I turned one over, it was facing me properly.
Right.
The bottom is on the bottom, top's on the top. Now I'm looking at it, and it's kind of like upside down.
Almost upside down for you. So that just has a different meaning.
Okay.
So you've drawn the Mother of Flames. Interesting that you would have two right off the bat that are what they would consider court cards, if you would. So flames are about action, things you're doing, right? Flames dance, they move, they act, right? This is emotion. This is about doing something. So if you look at the picture, here's this woman and she's taking bread out of this big stone oven and feeding a small child. And it's upside down for you. And so typically when I see this card, I think about, are you keeping home fires burning? How are you nurturing your home life? Right? It's upside down.
Yeah, like my home life.
Yeah, like your home life. So I would say that you're maybe not taking good care of yourself.
That's probably right.
Physically.
Yep.
I think that there is a desire here to take care of someone else that you're not willing to acknowledge right now.
Yeah.
Hence, it's pushed beneath the surface, and it's also upside down. So it's like, I want to take care of somebody else, but I'm not ready for that, and I don't even want to think about that right now.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, for
Right.
sure. Yeah, totally.
But there's this caregiving aspect to this card that you can't deny. That is about, like, here are the fruits of my labors.
Yeah.
Let me share them with you.
That's very much my role in our community. I sort of like bake bread and hand it out. You know what I'm saying?
That's what the card is doing. Yeah. And you're suppressing that for some reason.
Yeah, because maybe I'm afraid to take someone new under my wing, or something like that.
Well, the way I'm looking at it is I just don't think that you have the energy to care for someone else yet. I think I think you need to focus on caring for yourself before you have the capacity to care for someone else.
I think you're right.
And until you can take good care of you, you've got no business taking care of anybody else.
I think that's super fair.
Right? That doesn't mean you can't have connections, but that whole caregiving thing is a little bit... Yeah.
I can't afford it emotionally, kind of thing.
Correct.
That makes super good sense.
And this is not an emotional card, so this is about the doing of it. Like,
it's an action card.
Yeah, you're a busy man. You're spread very thin in the world and in the community, and you do a lot, and you spread yourself pretty thin. That's just me knowing you.
Yeah.
So the idea that you would have the time or energy to devote to caregiving something...
Unlikely.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least now. Yeah.
Right. And that can change, but I think that's just, it's showing up for a reason. Like, what do you need to know about that? That's why those cards show up. So let's look at this one. This is what's the outside influence card.
Now this one is a sort of 90-degree angle from me.
Right. So when things are tipped like this, you are resistant to it. When things are tipped like this, you're pushing for it. You're reaching for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And this is a picture of a lady's looking down from her perspective across her body, and on her tummy is a group of
Where do you
naked
see
folks.
a lady that's looking down? I see mountains.
No.
Oh my God.
There's
Okay.
nipples. Those have nipples.
I have never seen that in 20 years of reading these cards.
I've been looking at ladies a long
Holy shit,
time.
you are absolutely right.
Yeah, that's a naked lady with people dancing on her belly in a rainbow type pattern.
Yeah,
it's
it's a circle of celebration. You're right, man. Holy shit, I have never seen that.
I know naked ladies.
I know
see
that
them.
perspective.
Yeah, I've never seen that perspective, but yeah.
I have seen that perspective and I did recognize that. Holy smokes. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've learned something new today. I can go home. That's awesome.
No, we got to finish my thing. I got to know how my life is going.
So we talked about suits, right? You had
Yeah.
the suit of cups and you've had the suit of flames. This one doesn't have a suit. This is the suit of spirit. So this is what we call a major life lesson card or an ether element card, right? So celebration is the culmination of your work. It is the joy, but not just the joy, but the sharing of it with others. And you're reaching for that.
I see.
Yeah. You haven't achieved it.
No.
But you're reaching for it.
No,
and
that's
you're
right.
reaching for it in the outside world. It's not that you're reaching for it in your heart of hearts. It's like, I'm seeking that outside of, like, this is your community.
Because I have a desire to share.
Yeah. This is you dancing around the community with everybody.
So far, it seems like a lot of these cards have been about me needing to take care of myself and then share with others. Is that a pretty fair reading?
You're 3 cards into a 7-card reading.
Yeah,
Okay,
right,
so
right.
you've got this romantic come together kind of thing here. You've got this open to new emotional feeling here that's going to require some introspection on your part. You've got this sort of suppressed need to caretake that you really don't want to think about right now. And then you've got this strong desire to celebrate and fucking party.
Yep.
That's what I see.
That seems like me, right?
That's what I see so far.
I'm so glad I noticed that was a naked lady immediately.
Me too, because those don't look like boobs to me, but now that you point them out, yeah. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Yeah, that's quite the perspective. My goodness. All right.
Good card.
It is a good card. It's a great card. So this is
Beautiful.
the card of what's pushing you forward. What's your cause? And this is
Oh, let's see what his cause is.
yeah. Right.
She said yeah when she saw it. Oh
yeah. Well, it just makes sense. I mean, knowing what I know about you, it just kind of makes sense. So the card depicts women in line with pots, trying to fill their pots from a very, very, very small pool. This is the 4 of Pentacles. So this is water, this is fire, this is earth.
no. And all of their buckets have got pentagrams on them. Pentacles.
Pentacles. So this is the suit of Pentacles. And this is about the feeling of security. So Pentacles are about stuff. They're about material goods,
Okay.
right? Emotions, actions, things. So
I ain't got many things.
clearly, right? So that's what this is saying.
Yeah.
And I think what's really interesting is that all these women are lined up to fill their pot from a tiny little pool. And this person here filling her pot probably feels pretty secure. This person is probably like, all right, this person is like, is there going to be any water left for me?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So I think 4s are about stability and feeling
Oh, like a
centered
table.
and stable, like a table, exactly. So feeling financially secure is different for everybody. Somebody could be as wealthy as Donald Trump and still feel completely insecure financially.
We should say as wealthy as Donald Trump claims to be.
Yes. And somebody
Probably
could make
fair.
half as much as we do and be happy as a clam.
Yeah.
And completely content.
Yeah.
So the question begs, what's pushing you forward is that feeling of financial security. And where are you in this spectrum of
I'm
security?
a couple ladies down the line.
Right? And it's tipped a little resistantly, not totally, but a little bit. But I think either the desire for financial security or it's not about having the money. It's about having the feeling of security as much as actually having the stuff.
I see.
Do you know?
Yep.
So, because you don't have to make a mint to feel good and
Right.
secure and stable.
Right.
So there's not a lot of judgment about the amount here. It's just about that feeling, that sense of financial security, that sense of stability is pushing you forward. And it may be the reason why you're not feeling like you're in a position to take care of someone.
Yeah, that
Right?
makes a lot of sense. I barely take care of myself at this point.
Right?
know?
So how hard is it to enter a new relationship when you're like, going paycheck to paycheck or whatever, you know what I mean? Like
really
gig to gig or
difficult.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's
you
hard.
Can't pay attention to the other person because you got too much shit
Right.
going on.
Right. Or you become reliant on the other person. And how does
Yeah.
that make you feel?
I
And then you
can't
have
do
to
that.
look at yourself in the mirror here and say, how do you feel about that?
I wouldn't like that shit.
Some men don't care.
Yeah.
Just because some woman makes more money than you do, big deal. Like,
No, that's not that. I have trouble asking for help. I'm a bootstraps guy.
so if you're this chick down the line, you might have to ask for help.
Right.
And that may be pushing forward.
Yeah. Yeah. My finances are definitely a big thing on my mind this year. Obviously.
Anytime you have a big upheaval in your life and living circumstances that, doesn't matter how much money you have, that's really challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's look at the good news is that this is not what's holding you back.
Yeah, right. That's
This is just what's moving you forward.
Yeah, and I feel that too because the need for financial stability has pushed me to expand what I'm doing artistically.
Yeah.
So it is pushing me forward, even though it's a stressful thing.
Right? But it does also mean that you're not in a position to take care of someone else.
No, totally,
Yeah.
I'm not.
So let's look at what's holding you back.
All right. Oh, let's see what it is. Oh, it's pretty much facing me.
Yeah. So I would.
The 5 of
it's
blades.
5. So okay.
Oh God.
Right. 5s fucking suck.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
this is called the hurricane.
Yeah. So
Jesus.
right. So let's think about numbers in tarot for a moment because we
Okay.
talked about maiden, mother, and crone. Maidens are new and there's opportunity, and mothers are about fullness and caregiving, and crones are like, yeah, I've been there, done that. Right?
I see.
Then we've got the numbers, which go with all the suit cards. So a 1 is about the beginning, right? 2 is like, ooh, I got to figure this shit out,
Choosing,
like balance it, but choosing exactly, weighing your options, that kind of
get
stuff.
that.
3s, you come into some sort of harmonious balance, right? 4s, all
Stable.
right, I got this. 5s, every fucking thing comes apart.
5th wheel. Don't need that shit.
It just 5s are like, and they're all the natural disasters. And 6 is that recovery mode.
Okay.
7 is like, okay, I recovered. Now let me look back and see how I fixed that. 8s are like, whew, okay. And 9s are like, yeah, I got this. And 10s are like, I got this, and now I can share.
I see.
Okay, and then it all starts again.
So 5 of blades means like I'm getting fucked up.
Right. So we've had water, we've had fire, we've had earth, and now we have air. Okay, so water is about emotions. That's the Maiden of Cups. Fire is the Mother of Flames, the action there of taking care. Pentacles, the earth, that's about the stuff, the having, the havingness.
Right.
This is about the mental stuff.
Okay.
So the 5 of blades means you are overwhelmed with information.
Fully.
You're in your head. You have all the thoughts, all the negative self-talk, all
Yep.
of the, it's all up in here in your head. And this is the mental crisis point. This is not the financial crisis. This is not the 5 of Pentacles
Yeah.
where you lose all your shit.
Oh, I
this
see.
is not the 5 of Cups where you're emotionally distraught.
Oh, okay.
Right? This is not the 5 of Flames where you're so pissed off and angry at the world that you're like vomiting flames all over everybody.
I
This
see.
is the 5 of Blades. So in your head, it is a whirlwind. And the way that this came, every one of those blades is pointing at you.
Yep.
They're not pointing at me.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm not sending it outwardly.
No.
I'm pulling it inward.
You are.
Now that's very true. I have terrible self-talk.
Yeah.
I was, the way that I get the dog that is me to do tricks is kick him a lot of times, And that's no way to treat myself, but I know that I do have terrible self-talk and often talk down to myself and beat myself up for sure. And I know also that I'm in a very, confusing time emotionally,
Yeah. And the emotion piece isn't really showing up here so much as the intellectual piece. Mm-hmm. Because I think this is a time when people can be really confused, really uncertain.
I got that.
Yeah, you have a hard time planning.
Yep.
Because you can't stay focused on anything. Mm-hmm. It's really about that mental acuity. And it's not to say that you're not smart. It's just there's too much, right? I can't plan. I'm trying to articulate what I need and what I want, but I can't get the words out correctly. It's all about that mental stuff, not about that heart stuff. I mean, that could be going on too, but that heart stuff is cups.
Yeah, I see.
This is about the self-talk and how detrimental that is, the confusion and how detrimental that is, the overwhelm, lack of focus, can't finish anything. Sometimes your words can be really cutting, not only to you, but to others.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to be really careful right now. And this is your roadblock. It's not like this is your reality. This is not here in the center of things.
I see.
And it's not here causing you to do things. It's here preventing you from moving forward.
I see.
Right?
That makes perfect sense.
If bad cards come up as an obstacle, we've just got to figure out how to get past them. Like, how do we stop that? I mean, because everybody goes through a 5 of everything at some point. But it's coming up right now as important. So if you were to look at our oracle card of coming together and like having this new relationship and this desire to celebrate and be in community, I would say this desire to celebrate and be in community could be in conflict with the language that you're using, or how you're talking to people, or how you're taking in information. If I say, "Oh, Andy, la la la," and you're like, "Man, that cat, she's a fucking bitch." Well, you just took that totally wrong because you're all 5 of blades right now.
I see.
Right? So I would just be careful about how you're processing things, not taking words from other people at face value, like really be thoughtful, if you can, around how you're speaking to others and how you're hearing what other people have to say and how that's affecting, I just think that how that's affecting you up here, not here.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, suck-ass card, but as an obstacle...
You're gonna get a fucking sucky card in this,
And you might as well get it as a challenge, right?
Yeah, right. At least it's not like the center of my being or whatever.
Right?
You know?
Right?
Could be worse.
It could be worse. That could be your future outcome. That would suck.
Yeah.
All right, we haven't even looked at that card, so I don't want to be predictive. But let's look at your recent past.
I'll get it at the same angle and everything that I've been flipping these other ones here.
Yep.
Boop. It's upside down, first of all.
Uh-huh.
It's a crone.
Crone. Crone of Cups.
Cups.
Yep. So this is the...
She's scary. She looks like a proper witch, for sure.
Well, this is Hecate. She is a proper witch. Hecate stands at the crossroads and forces you to make decisions of the heart.
Oh, fuck.
Right? So this is in your recent past. She cuts through the bullshit. She really is the witch at the crossroads. So there's choice A and choice B, and the choice to not make a choice isn't a choice with her.
Yeah.
There's no standing still with her.
Yeah.
So you've made some really difficult choices.
Obviously.
They've been emotional choices.
Yeah.
They were upsetting because it's upside down.
Yeah, of course.
There is light in this darkness. There is light here. I don't know when your birthday is, but she's also the card of Scorpio.
I think I'm a Cancer. I'm July 11, 85.
July 11. Okay, you're a Cancer. So you're a cuppy kind of guy anyway.
I don't know. I have
Pisces,
no idea what that means.
Scorpio, yeah. So this just probably speaks to some very difficult emotional decisions made recently.
I wonder what it could have possibly been.
I don't know. But this is an emotion. See the difference between the thought here and the emotion here?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a lady. She's in a black robe, and she's in what looks to be like a cave dwelling with like a long stairwell behind her. There's a full moon out there outside the cave. She's got like a lantern in her hand, and there's a fucking scorpion in the water beside her, which is bullshit because scorpions, of course, they don't live in the water. I don't know what that guy's doing in there.
Maybe it's leaping off that ledge at her.
It's jumping at her. That's scary as
Yeah.
fuck. Jumping scorpions is terrifying. And she looks to play the djembe or something back there.
That's the cup.
a drag.
That's the cup.
Oh, I thought she was a rhythm player in a cave. I was like, God,
That would be
the
cool.
worst.
Djembe in a cave. All right. Yeah. So that's your recent past.
Okay,
So we
so-
look at that. We look at the recent past to think about how is that affecting us. If you think about this, how this lines up, like this is
Yeah.
you now. This is what's pushing you forward. The things of our past influence pushing us forward. So like those decisions, that's emotional
obviously.
decisions impacting your feeling of this financial security.
Sure.
But also influencing your openness to new emotional ways of being, because she's done with this way of feeling. She is done. She has been there. She has done that. She's done.
Choice.
She's made a
in
choice.
no bullshit mood.
She's no bullshit, but she can reflect back on this is the way it felt before. Right? And now you have the Maiden of, so you had the Crone of Cups, now you have the Maiden of Cups is your center. It's like, okay, well, I've done that. So now I'm ready for something new.
I see. So because I got the crone in my past, I maybe have learned some shit, but also I've learned enough to be willing to try again freshly.
Yes.
I see.
Or
That's
at least
interesting.
there's possibility for you. There's openness. There's potential.
I could be a really sexy mer lady. You know? With some like seaweed on my chest and whatever.
Right?
It's not the best look, but it is what it is.
A necklace of seaweed. That's awesome.
It does. It's
I
not.
kind of like that hot pink fish in the background there.
I like that too. It
Right?
motherfucker's like a fuchsia fish.
This is the bright. This tarot deck is full of bright colors. All right, let's look at your potential future.
All right.
And then we'll shake some bones. Okay. The Dreamer. This is a great card for a potential outcome card. So, as I said before, this card is the suit of spirit. So what I love about this reading is that you've gotten every element. You've got earth, you've got air, you've got fire, you've got a bunch of water, and then you've got spirit. So in a tarot deck, the only difference between a tarot deck and a regular deck of playing cards is this suit, this extra suit. And there are 22 cards in that extra suit. And they start with the Fool. That's the 0 card. And then they
Stoked I didn't get the Fool. I was kind of looking for something like the Fool.
You did get the Fool.
Fuck.
In my deck, the Dreamer is the Fool.
Okay, yeah.
And the beautiful thing about the Fool, I love the Fool card.
Okay.
Because the Fool is like, here I am. I'm ready to take... it's at the beginning. It's the first.
Oh my God,
shit.
I spilled my beer.
Ah,
I'm so sorry.
that's okay.
What a mess I
okay.
made.
You spilled your beer on the Fool. Yeah, so the Fool is where you take that leap of faith. It's where you start. Every life is a fool's journey, and you start with the fool's journey. And that starts with the dream. That starts with the, what do I want? It all starts with the Fool. Everything starts with the Fool. So when
it's
you're
kind of like a new beginning future.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's
But
useful.
you have to start a new beginning, a new future, somewhat naively, because if you knew all of the things that would come your way, starting something new, you'd never do it because it's too terrifying.
Oh.
So you step into new things with the innocence of a child.
Fully, I do.
Fully
Goddamn it.
blindly saying, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to leap.
That's me.
And in most tarot decks, the Fool card shows a young man with a little dog nipping at his heels, and he's on the edge of a cliff, and he's like this, huh? And
Kinda
he's
like playing near the fucking cliff.
well, he's taking the leap of faith.
Uh-huh.
And you have to take a leap of faith if you want good things to happen. You can't just sit back and wait for shit. You have to be willing to leap. And so your future outcome card is a desire to take that leap. Because did you see how it was turned?
Yes, it was kind
That's-
of like 90-degree angle
Yep.
toward me, but facing me.
Facing, well, but this is, I have taken the leap.
Uh-huh.
This is, oh, holy shit, I don't want to take the leap. This is like, the leap is scary. This is like, yes, I want to take the leap.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
So, Boy, I'm so sorry I spilled that beer.
It's okay. It's all right. We're just mopping up. I'm wiping off every card. It's all good. It's all good.
All right. What a strange...
So what you may want to do is pause your recording and
take a picture,
snap
right?
a photo, because this is your reading here.
That was a great episode. I really enjoyed talking to Kat. She was just a fucking fantastic person. Wasn't it weird when I drew the Fool card and then immediately spilled my beer everywhere? Ugh. It is a fucking trial being me sometimes. But I'm glad that happened. That seemed like good show, I guess. Come on over to andyepler.com and see all the other stuff I'm doing. Thank you very much for listening to this show. How did you find out about this podcast? How did you find out about this? I would love to know. Send me a message on Facebook, or send me a message on Instagram or something like that. I would love to know that. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for listening.